Uh, well, this is a recording by Black Gay World, and the subject matter is of something of great interest to me. It's a still curiosity. I've always been curious. I can't even say the bloody word. Why this happens at a high rate? It's the subject of white people, stroke white gay men. I can speak from a gay's perspective who date black guys who don't respect them as white people. I I've had sexual encounters with white guys, although my preference is primarily black and black mixed gay men. I will go for Latins, Arab, Middle Easterns, Asian. I'm not into Orientals. Sorry, note. 99.9% of Orientals don't do anything for me. The odd half percent, 1% of them do, but they just don't appeal to me. I just don't find them attractive at all. But that's not what this is about. I have know of a situation where, unless you're privy to this person, you won't know anything about it. And plus, it's in England, and the majority of people on YouTube are Americans. I'm an atheist. Many years ago, I joined a church group which was aimed at black gay men. Sorry, take that back. Black gays and lesbians and bisexuals. Um, I used to go there, and I must stop that. I always look like I'm possessed when I move my head around. It's like something out of Exodus or something like that. Um, and the pastor of the church was from the islands. Um, I can't remember what some of the things he said, but they were never complimentary about white people. They were the white people, in my opinion. I feel that he just didn't trust white people. He didn't respect white people. He didn't care for them. The respect being that he'll say derogatory comments about white people when they will stand literally right next to him. So you can imagine our shock. This was 12 years ago, and it's the same today. That every boyfriend that he's had is always white, never black. But he doesn't respect white people, and he says derogatory, basically, one will say racist comments about white people when they're right in front of him, and he would not care. Anyway, I digress. Um, we always just say to ourselves, I wonder what his boyfriend looks like. I wonder what his boyfriend looks like. And when we saw that his boyfriend was white, my jaw hit the ground because he never says anything positive about white people. Just, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. Um, so to cut a long story short, there was a church service. He has one service was the aimed at white gays and lesbians, and the other service was obviously the black gay and lesbian parishioners. For the odd one or two white people, but basically it was all black and black gays and lesbians and black gays and lesbians. So one evening, um, people from the care and share group, which is white, came to a church service, a black gay and lesbian church service, and us, one of the white gay men from the care and share group said, we were wondering if we would be allowed to come to the Black Gay and Lesbian Christian Fellowship. Yes, I said it then. Excuse me. Excuse me. And out of his mouth, the pastor said, in his lingo, me not want no white people here. They will take over. Basically, in normal standard English, I don't want any white people here. They will take over. I was shocked. Considering the fact that his partner was sitting there, who was white. By the way, the partner had a lot of money. The partner bought him a flat. The partner, even when they broke up, his family wanted to kick him out, wanted them to kick him out. He said, no, I promised, blah, 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 that I would buy him a flat. And I did. And I just thought to myself, why would you keep such a person? By the way, I want to say that this person, by majority, is a nice person, but he just doesn't think when he comes out with comments. Why would you buy a flat for somebody that doesn't respect you as a white person doesn't care about your feelings, and will say these comments when you are sitting right there. I mean, as a black gay man, if I was into white men and my partner was saying black people are drug dealers, you can't trust them, they'll mug you, they'll this and that, this guy and I would never be in a relationship with each other because I would not tolerate it. But I see many white guys who have their partners who are aggressive to them, and I see the white guys look terrified, look frightened, and I think, is it worth being in a relationship where you're terrified of your partner? And it just disturbs me that there are white gay men and possibly white lesbians who are in relationships where their partners do not respect them. I think to myself, if you're a black person who unfortunately doesn't care about white people, doesn't respect them, doesn't trust them, doesn't want them around them, why would you enter a relationship with a white person? And why, when this person, this black gay man, does not hide how he feels about you as a white person, would you remain in such a relationship? It just disturbs me. And it's weird because I prefer my, as I mentioned before, I'm not going to go about, I've just told you what my preference was. It just disturbs me, and it saddens me that as human beings that we would have so little value for people's feelings. If you feel this way about white people, don't date them. But as equally, if the person, a black man who's with you, shows you this side of him, then have some balls, have some respect, and say, you know what, I'm white, you don't respect me, I'm not going to be with somebody that has such negative views about white people. I'm white, I'm your partner, and you don't even respect me. Many moons later, years later, I was sitting at a bar called Kudos, and he had around 2 or 3 glasses, so it's a bit merry, if you can give that excuse. And I was sitting down, I'd lost a lot of weight, I was wearing clothes that were too damn big for me. He was saying, when are you going to come back to the church? And I think to myself, I'm not being back to that church in around 3 or so years, so if I haven't been back to the church in 3 years, anybody with half a brain would know that I wasn't going to come. I didn't say that, I just smiled and say, I just say, I don't guarantee that I'm going to come back to the church, so I wouldn't hold my breath if I was you. So he was talking to this white guy who was South African, etc., 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 etc. And he started to say something, and he said, I don't like chatting my business in front of a white man. And the white guy, I saw the pain in his heart, and it really hurt my heart. I just glared at him. But I just felt for the white guy, and I felt so hurt for him, because I may have a big mouth, I may be very brutally honest, but it's so you know where I stand. But if I felt this way about white people, I'm not going to go and date you. But they are. And I asked myself, why do these black guys date these white guys? And I think it's because white guys are so easy to pick up. If I wanted a white boyfriend, I could have had a white man like that. But I don't want to be a hypocrite. I would never say derogatory things about white people, full stop. And even if I did, I would be tactful enough not to say it while you're right in front of me. So my question is, as I reach the tail end of this video blog, my long one in quite some time, white gay men, why do you do it? Why do you date black men who openly are hostile to you, who openly come out with racist comments about you, but still sleep with you, tell you that they love you, shag you, but don't respect you? And I see this a lot. I see these white guys who look terrified of their partners, and I ask, why do you do it? So I want feedback from everybody, from white gay men, from black gay men, from Latin, from Asian, whatever. Why is this happening? What would you do as a white gay man if your partner was doing as I just gave an example of us? And this is not just a gay thing. I know straight black people who are like this and have white partners. So leave your comments. Bye. Subscribe.